day traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1215th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Traders back from the Labor Day weekend, right? Long 3-day weekend. This video, 1215, is being filmed on a Monday night for trading on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014. Remember that futures trading can be extremely risky and can cause substantial financial loss. It's certainly not suitable for all trading accounts. All right, so what is on the board? A green Omni in the ES and the usual suspects. Another green Omni, rock and roll. Traders, where I left you off last week, we had a nice run for the first few days during the week, and then I said I have a feeling that the markets may run into a little double top here in the Dow, and maybe we'll have a little stumbling block, but we're not doing any trading for the last few days of the week anyway, so we'll come back Monday and reassess. That's what we've done. We've come back to reassess the markets, and I'm here to say S&P to the moon, Alice. You know what that is, right? They'll go to the honeymooners. To the moon, Alice. This thing looks fantastic. Now, there are a lot of you that are telling me that September statistics are such that it's the worst month for the year for the stock market. It's supposed to go down and blah, blah, blah. And I'm here to tell you, if you're going to give a fact or a stat to a guy like me, you better have done your homework, because that September statistic is misleading, and here's why. You didn't complete the analysis. Yes, September can be known as the worst month, and the markets go down during the month of September most often than any other month. But if you do the homework further, you find out this. If September was preceded by a busy August and upwards August, September goes up, not down, almost every time. If August was going up and then you roll into September, September has a much higher rate of going up than down. It's only when September has been preceded by a downward August, that's when September becomes a powerfully down month. So do your homework correctly if you're going to challenge a guy like me out there, okay? I do mine. Misleading stat, September is going to be strong this year. All right, so to the moon, and next thing we're going to do, traders, right after the chart segment, I'm going to show you something very interesting. As you all know, my beloved Goliath had passed away, a great, great bull mastiff. He traveled all the way from the OMNI camp in New York City in a truck, all the way through the country, came to Vegas, hung out with us for years. What a great dog. A lot of my OMNI campers had fun with him. Well, he passed away, and I have not replaced my Goliath because that's not possible. However, I drove to California Friday night and got us a new puppy. I got an English Mastiff puppy. He's so cute. Wait till you see him. He's so cute. So anyway, I want to do this. Name that puppy. We're going to have a Name the Puppy t-shirt contest. Give me names for the puppy. Make them commodity names, trading names, stock names, funny names. I don't care. Sasquatch. Give me some funny names. Make them Indians. You can give me names from leaders from past times. You know what I mean? Emperors. I don't care. I want the suggestions. I am going to let my Omniacs name this dog because many of you are going to meet him at Omni camps anyway. So send in your suggestions on the puppy's name. You'll meet him after the chart segment in this video. I'm going to bring him out. You get to see him. Once you see him, think of a name. Send it in the top 10 names. The top 10 names will get an Omni t-shirt, which I'll show to you in a moment. And everybody else, hopefully, will send the names. We'll have some fun. Then out of the top 10, we'll take the top 10 list like David Letterman does. We'll narrow it down, and we'll figure out a doggy name. Traders, that's what I've got planned. I also have planned showing you some interesting analysis. September statistics, I believe, are misleading. The S&P to the moon. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, here's a chart, good old familiar chart I've been showing you in many, many videos. In the last video, I showed you the possibility of the Dow running into a double top, but it had surpassed it, no problem, during the holiday trading. So away we go. Monday night's analysis for Tuesday. Let's look at it. Here's that chart that you've become friends with. After a dip, a new high gets made. Then when the dip shows that it's got legs once again, a new high gets made. This is a new high for the year, for the contract, forever. Then the dip, it gains legs, a new high gets made. A dip, it gains legs, a new high gets made. A dip, it gains legs, a big new high gets made. On this dip, I've been showing you this chart ever since and telling you this has gained legs, a new high will be made. A new high has been made. Bravo for technical analysis. We think it continues on higher. It is not finished yet. Then there's a new target in Nasdaq, the same chart I've been showing you for weeks on end. A new weekly target. The last weekly target was here. We hit it. Now there is a new one. Here's our weekly target somewhere in between the 4,200 and the 4,080 area. We should get up there. That should be the target for this week. Hopefully we'll best right through it. Then we move on, traders. Look at this chart for a moment. Just look at that and then I'll speak. Do you notice anything that looks familiar on this chart? I have been showing you this chart since we called an official top in gold way, way back, at least a year ago when we were trading at 1680. We didn't call the top here. I can't claim that. We didn't call it here. We were absolutely convinced after this high was made that that high would be the top. Omni made an official call top at 1680. We've dropped dramatically since, right? But look at what happened here. Look at this formation. It comes down, it hits, it goes back up. Doesn't hit the top of the formation, comes back down, hits again, almost a flat, goes back up, hits the top of that. When it hits for the third time, it's bon voyage, right? Here we are again. Doesn't this look vaguely similar, or vaguely familiar, I should say, and extremely similar to that? We haven't done the third touch yet, right? You need the third touch, possibly a bounce, and then a nosedive. So I'm not saying that gold is going down immediately, although I think it could go down certainly on Tuesday. I'm not saying this has to happen immediately, but we were able to call the death knell. We were able to call the top, then the death knell came in when the gold broke the 200 bar moving average at about the price of $14.50. It has stayed under it since. You are building another one of these. Repetitive patterns are the cornerstone to accurate technical analysis. Your end result should be this at some point when you get to the end of that. Do your own homework. This is a weekly chart. Tell me if you can find that same pattern. I always spot repetitive patterns. Then what's holding it all together, traders, if you ask me? Once again, this is a good old friendly chart at this point. It comes out in every video. The dollar index on the weekly bar. Since 2011, it's been above the Omni proprietary moving average, or OTAPMA, since 2011. Then it finally gets underneath it, stays under for quite some time, right? And look what happens when it gets above. Builds a bull flag, takes off, likely building another bull flag up here. Still holding well inside of what I call a safe zone in between the two red lines, somewhere between 84.5, maybe a little higher this can go, 84.50 that should be, and somewhere down between 78 and 84.5. That's kind of the safe zone. I think you could stretch the 84.5 up a bit higher, but that's right now known to be the safe zone. We'll see if it gets even safer if it gets that high. So this is what's putting pressure on gold, keeping the S&P rallying, keeping everyone happy, keeping stocks going up. And I kid you not, if you've been reading newspapers, there's less and less places on the planet to put your money right now. U.S. stocks, U.S. bonds, and real estate seems to be the big game in the world. Do your own charts, do your own homework, and I will see you at livewithoscar.com. Puppy comes next. So, traders, you've seen the charts. Want to see the puppy? Yeah. Come on, send him out. Here he is. All right, look at him. How cute. Aww. I drove to California Friday night. This is what I found when I was there. Look at how cute. Now, he needs a name. You guys got to help me out. Look at him. What would you name this guy? Look at him. Look at that face. What are we going to name him? Send in your names. Would you like to take this young man, please? Oh, sure. Send in your names. The top 10 names will receive an Omni t-shirt. That is an Omni t-shirt. On the front, we've got our logo. On the back, we've got my most favorite saying in the world. Stops are in, emotions are out. Traders, if you'd like to win a t-shirt, or if you'd just like to help me name my pup, I want my Omniacs to name him. So give us some suggestions right on the YouTube. Come to livewithoscar.com. Send an email. I don't care. Use a drone and drop the name off at my doorstep. However you want. Send us some names. Come join the contest. I can't wait to hear the suggestions. All right, traders, that's about it for video 1.
Oscar.
2,215 years.
What's up with your face?
What's up with my face? Well, here's my kids go, hey, Dad, why don't you let your face grow out? So I said, you don't want to see my face grow out, do you? So they convinced me. You know, I'm a real family man. I let my face grow out. This is 2.5 days of growth. By next week, they're going to take their father Santa Claus. We'll see what happens. I don't know how much I can take because it's making me itchy. But they say the new thing's facial hair. We'll see what happens. So that's why. Well, thanks for asking. I was wondering why you didn't ask when we first started. You should have handed me a razor when I started this video. All right, I'm the X. I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, markets are going up. Keep your stops in. They don't always work, but they usually work. And send me in the doggy names. All right, traders, with no further ado, don't forget to say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, and we'll see what happens with the puppy contest. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.